Hey guys, so today's going to be the start of a new series I'm doing called Mental Reframes. And the goal of this is to sort of change how we as humans perceive the world rather than just all the time trying to change reality. Not that anything's wrong with that, but I feel like we have so many beliefs that we didn't know we hold, and to rid ourselves of some of them will be of great benefit to us. So, the mental reframe today is going to be about the 3-month reframe, and this was sort of coined by Alex Hormozy a while back. So, following the death of the Queen of England a few months ago, at the time, he highlighted that she was one of the most powerful, wealthy, and significant global figures. Yet, in just a few months after her death, she has already been forgotten by almost all the people on the planet. And to illustrate this, he asked, "So, how often have you thought about her since then?" Everything sort of has a finite limit, everything is temporary. It sort of once again proves to us how transient life can be. In literally just a few months, she went from being like such an influential person to being forgotten. And at first, this is sort of like a nihilistic approach from the surface, where people think that we as humans sort of just lack any long-term impact. But the way I see it is actually one of the most freeing reframes that we can have, especially if we are restricted by the fear of judgment. So everything is more or less temporary, including the queen and everything she had done. In the eyes of other people, you quickly fade into unimportance as time passes, and even if you are an influential figure, your death will quickly mean that other people move on. On the flip side, however, if this is true, this also means that other people's opinions are temporary and don't really matter. The reason that we often fear the judgment of others is because we place importance on their opinions. We feel that whatever actions we might take that go against social norms or could decrease our perceived status are actions that we will deem as unfavorable because other people's opinions of us matters. And this definitely does to a certain extent. However, it's important to think about why they matter to us. If other people's opinions and their judgment of us stops us from taking actions towards goals or dreams that we deem to be important to ourselves, we are essentially letting other people dictate how we live our lives. Seeing as such, we often do actually let other people dictate how we live our lives, and I think that's just a really big shame overall. The Queen reframe sort of changes the way or the weight we place on other people's opinions. When we realize that they're temporary, that honestly, they don't matter as much as we like to think, we open up ourselves taking action we previously did not want to. And so the main reframe here is to, whenever you think about something, whether it's something you want to do, and whatever you sort of are feeling stressed about, whether that be the judgment of other people or some mistake that you have made, one of the best ways to remind yourself of the transience of your actions and of the outcomes actually is to ask yourself, will this matter in 3 months? Usually, considering the answer to this question allows us to step back and reduces the sort of immediate amount of anxiety, because the answer to this question is rarely yes. The truth is that the small things that stress us out on a daily basis don't have to, and it's our lack of a bigger perspective that cages us into seeing small issues as causes of our stress. Regularly doing this will not only make you a more resilient person, it'll also make you more aware of what external events you choose to let influence you. And by doing so, you allow yourself to consider only the things that will really matter to you, not just small inconveniences found in only the present that will quickly fade away. If you like this episode, be sure to subscribe or like and share to some of your friends who would be interested.